The mechanics of music worship leading. Let's talk about developing a music worship set. Start by informing yourself of what the overarching message of the service or session will be and the amount of time you're being given to fill in the worship service. You should have this information before the songs are chosen. A quick communication with the pastor, speaker, or organizer to find this out is enough. Informing yourself what the intended take-home thought, principle, or point and the supporting Bible passage or verse will be. Work hard to stick to the message and the time you've been given. Clearly, there are few worship songs that speak to really specific lifestyle issues that are often preached about. But there will be general principles in the sermon that one can draw on and link the worship songs to that are appropriate. For example, if the message is on Jesus' parables of the 10 virgins, you are going to search long and hard and probably also in vain to find song material that talk about the 10 virgins. But you will find songs about hearts being open to God or of living a life for Christ, ready to go and do what His will is, or songs of surrender to God. When you have this information, begin choosing songs. First, simply ask the Lord for wisdom and guidance, but then move forward in confidence, trusting that the Holy Spirit will guide you in your song choices and other decisions as well. Begin by making a song list of all the songs that come into question. Don't think too much about specific like song keys or tempos, etc. at this point. Begin narrowing your song list down to the amount of songs needed and begin to work out the chronological order the songs should be in based on, for example, the emotional mood you want to create at the beginning, middle, or end of the set. Also keep in mind what takes place in the service directly before and directly after your worship song set or individual song, and seek to create as natural a flow as possible, transitioning in and out of your song or your set effectively and appropriately. When the order of the songs is decided, begin the detail work, creating clear song charts for the band, making appropriate key changes or tempo changes as needed. Any specific band stops or breaks, etc., need to be clearly reflected in the song charts. Be really purposeful about clearly working out the verse, chorus, bridge order of each song. I like my song charts to be what I call scans. Scan charts show the chronological order of the songs, including all chorus repeats, so that the musician or singer never has to repeat back to an earlier point in the chart. Scans clarify and take away a lot of confusion. As you continue preparing, choosing, and working out the details, continue to stay sensitive to the Holy Spirit's promptings, thanking Him for His guidance. Clearly and accurately work out song intros, interludes, and outros, and transitions between the songs in the set, keeping it elegantly simple and clear. You'll play better as a band if you all are working from the same template. The stress levels go way down. You'll be able to relax more and play with a greater level of confidence if much of the planning as possible is done before you actually rehearse. This will lead to rehearsals that are effective, productive, and this is my favorite, stress-free. This will then provide the congregation a better opportunity for a distraction-less worship experience. The congregation can intuitively sense when the leader, musicians and singers, and sound tech is insecure and badly rehearsed. Intentional silence can also be an effective tool in music worship. But unplanned for silences between songs can be painfully awkward. That's why it's really beneficial to work out song transitions. Don't leave it to chance. Plan it out. Be aware of each song's key signature and tempo in working out the transitions. Avoid composing intricate transitions. Simpler is way more effective. Talk through and rehearse song transitions with the band and sound tech. Transitions can be tricky, so it's often best to have just one musician play through a transition. As with song transitions, work out in advance what you will say during your worship set. Know what and where in the set you'll quote, for example, from the Bible. Make sure your song choice and Bible passage serve each other. Know what and where in the set you will pray, for example. It's better to plan your verbals out ahead of time so that there's less chance of confusion, stumbling, or awkward thought disconnects between songs. Some people feel that planning ahead somehow leaves God out of the equation. This would be true if in the planning, preparation, and rehearsal phases you had not consulted with the Holy Spirit and asked for His wisdom and guidance. But if you were sensitive to Him during your prep phase, you can trust that He has truly guided you and then rest in the knowledge that He has been involved all along. Clearly, there are times when the Lord will, in the moment, impress you with a thought or a truth or an insight that you hadn't initially planned on saying or praying. Sometimes it can be a bit scary to verbally follow through on a spontaneous thought, but if you're humble and sensitive to the Holy Spirit, exactly that thought or insight may be precisely what the congregation or an individual in the congregation needs to hear. Learning to differentiate between your own thoughts and the promptings of the Holy Spirit is a spiritual discipline that takes time to learn. In every powerful photograph, the viewer is drawn to the image because of its great variety of light contrast. Contrast between bright and dark, shadow and clarity, muted and overt. I would venture to say that every powerful work of art, be it a song, a symphony, a poem, a sculpture, a book, a painting, a movie, or a dance, is powerful because the artist creatively used contrast in the creating of that particular work. And the same goes for an interesting and an engaging music worship set. Interesting contrasts between various instruments, loud and soft, fast and slow, harsh and gentle, high and low, heavy and light. Intentionally work to incorporate loads of contrast. It won't happen on its own.